Hey guys, Chris Lynton here from TribeFit, and on the other line, we've got someone from pretty much the opposite end of the globe in sunny, beautiful London town. Matt, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Chris. Good to see you today.
You too, mate. You too. And I guess first and foremost, before we jump into it, Matt, I know this is a slightly different structure to some of the interviews I do, but I was thinking it might be cool to talk about the end result first and then jump back to the start in the journey, just so people
Cool.
can kind of get an idea of, I guess, a little bit about yourself, but where you are, and then I guess the journey. So first and foremost, I guess, mate, so could you tell us a little bit about, what you do now, what your results, how many clients you got, what's sort of your cash flow at the moment and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah. So I'm 8 months since formal launch after completing, after starting the TribeFit program. And July was amazing for me. So best month yet, in fact, and it's gone steady start. And then after 3 months, so April basically onwards, has been a significant jump up from where I thought I'd be. And it's stayed there and then steadily increasing too. And that was all without any advertising too. That was all just basically free techniques that you guys taught me. Focusing on social media, focusing on growing following, finding the right people, knowing where they are, how to speak with them, give them the right offer. So now up to, in terms of over the length of time, I've worked with more than, we're coming up to 60 guys now.
Awesome.
It's amazing. All on my top tier program, my 12-week program, which is 500 or 600 quid.
And quid is Great British pounds, just for anyone that doesn't understand this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sterling. And it's just so far ahead of where I thought I'd be at this time. I had, I guess, fairly timid initial targets just because I didn't know what to expect. And before I worked with you guys, I'd worked with someone else who'd actually his course was exactly the same price as yours, but and he was local as well, literally just down the road from me, a few miles away. But it turns out it wasn't a course, and it all ended up with a crappy website and a subscription to a software platform I didn't need. And then he just disappeared. So I was like, oh, right. So now what? And then you guys came along with your amazing targeting and found me. And I was like, well, at least they know what they're talking about in terms of finding the right people. Because I was looking to obviously start an online fitness business. And that was the end of last year. And took it from there. And then, like I say, so revenue, cash flow, obviously better than ever. And I still am a face-to-face trainer, but with the success of what I've done over the last 8 months, I've been able to cut my face-to-face hours. And which we've had an amazing summer in the UK. It's been this heat wave, 30 degrees, which we're not used to. But and so in the summer, it's lovely I'm an outdoor personal trainer, so I work in the parks of London. But winters not always as nice. So actually what this has given me is the chance to cut down on face-to-face clients and not be in November this year shivering under a tree while it's raining and -2. So it's the freedom that the success of TribeFit, my success with TribeFit, has brought me.
Beautiful, mate. That's fantastic. And especially as that I guess the temperature drops, it's gonna definitely, as you said, not be freezing in the park, and then obviously having the ups and downs of clients due to cold weathers and people pulling out and all that sort of stuff. And I guess in terms of yourself now, so still have the face-to-face, cutting back the face-to-face, what percentage, I guess, income-wise are you at the moment online versus face-to-face at the moment?
So face-to-face is now just pretty much a quarter, maybe a third of my income, monthly income, and online growing massively and overtaking that month by month.
Beautiful.
So last month it was a quarter face-to-face and 3/4 from online.
Beautiful.
And so, like I said, more than I've ever earned monthly from when I was just doing face-to-face and when I was starting off over the last few months. So yeah, best month ever.
Fantastic, man. I know every single month, myself and obviously myself and Matt chat regularly, but every single month I generally get at the end of the month a message from Matt saying, "Hey, new record for the month this month." It's kind of been like clockwork every month on month. So, mate, it's been fantastic to work with you on that and see, I guess, the successes that you're getting, the growth, that continual predictable and consistent growth, and really hats off to you, mate, because you've done the work, and you know, you're reaping the rewards and really helping a hell of a lot of people in the process, which is, you know, what I always call the perfect circle. If you can make money, have fun, enjoy your life while helping people and impacting lives, it's kind of like, you know, the two perfect sort of things coming together, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And then every now and then I have, I guess it's a British thing to be like, oh, should I be this successful? Should I be buying this freedom? And then you remember, you get all these amazing emails from people saying, oh, I'm so happy. I'm like fitting back into clothes again. I've got confidence again. Someone complimented me at work, or I'm sleeping better, or I've got a higher sex drive, or my skin's better, or my IBS is better. And I'm like, of course, this is fine. All these people, and then they start talking about you online, which is even more exciting as well. And even what started to happen recently, people I've never even worked with are talking about me. So someone on, say, Twitter might say, oh, I'm looking for a trainer, and someone else will be, you should try Matt from Fit EU London. And I'm like, who are these people? It's great, but I mean, keep doing it.
Fantastic, mate. And that's the snowball. That's the snowball that you've created, and the movement, I guess, mate. And so, pretty much, I guess now to go back to the start a little bit. So, you were a face-to-face trainer solely. You like you said, you reached out. You had a different coach. Then we had a chat, and I guess, could you give a little bit of insight in regards to, I guess, your niche, where you kind of started off on when we first started chatting, and then thirdly, kind of, I guess, the journey from the start to I guess where you are now.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess. So I was doing, so I've been a face-to-face trainer for about 6 years now. So, and it was about a year ago I started thinking about doing something like this, creating an online training program. And I guess, and whatever you think of Joe Wicks and the Body Coach, he's allowed people like me, his success has legitimized me to have an online training business, because it's explained how it works to everyone out there. And so, and also, I mean, I was successful in terms of numbers of face-to-face training clients. Like one week I did 30 hours. So that's 30 hours I've got to see people in the park. I've also got to drive to them, and most of them are nearby, but, you know, it all adds up. And you've got like the preparation beforehand and any other servicing they need. So I was working a lot of hours, and but with that, I had the realization that I'm doing okay, but A, I'm knackered, and B, I can only earn as much money as there are hours that I'm seeing people. I'm selling my time for money. So it was that mindset shift of wanting to get out of that and see what was possible, basically, beyond just being here and selling my time for money. So started to look around and do a bit of research about what was out there. And in most of the online training, not most, I'd say 19, let's say all of the online training programs out there just seem to be, here are your workouts, here's your nutrition, go away. And I was like, well, I think there's space for something that's a bit more personalized, has a bit more of me in it, to give a bit more accountability, make it stick a bit more. So I started thinking about what that would look like and what would be in it more than just workouts and nutrition. And then came across this coach who seemed to know what he was talking about, talked a good talk, was like, oh yeah, these people, they're doing 20 grand a month. And young me a year ago was like, oh, that sounds great. Signed up without really knowing any proof that he had made this happen. And maybe he had, I don't know. But then working with me, all he wanted to do was like the basic technical side of things. So the website, the software provider. And I had an idea that I wanted to work with gay guys, coming from myself being gay as well, understanding that market and realizing that actually we've never had a specific fitness offering, a sprint fitness solution. Everything just been given like a one size fits all solution from the generic fitness industry. And that was when I had like the light bulb moment of, actually, this is a great idea. It's a completely technically untapped niche, people feeling neglected or not feeling that they have something unique to them.
Yeah.
So that was when I started, the wheels started turning on that, all the while working with this other guy and not being happy. So ended up, he kind of disappeared and I sacked that off. And then you popped up, your little face doing that free webinar. And so I signed up and watched that 90 minutes of good share of free content,
gold.
Basically
90 minutes of pure gold, mate.
It was. And I was watching it thinking, well, like I said, you guys found me. So your targeting with Facebook ads was really good. And like you taught me as well, in the webinar, there was so much good stuff completely given away for free. I was like scribbling down, and so that realization that, well, if they're giving this away, their paid for stuff must be brilliant. And then, so I signed up for a chat, had a chat with you. And then that was the sort of the understanding that there was so much more than just, oh, I'll make you a website and an email campaign. So starting from day one, understanding your target market, which has been absolutely crucial for anyone else starting out there. I tell it to everyone, nail your niche. If you haven't got that, you may as well just be shouting into the void, because it won't be heard by the right people and it won't resonate. Nail your niche, find out who you want to speak with, learn as much about them as possible. So like I did a pen portrait, so I know their age, where they live, if they've got pets, what they do for a living, where they go on holiday, how much they earn, their favorite TV shows, like in as much, preaching to the choir here, as much detail as possible, and where they hang out online and how to speak with them. And then your amazing, so super simple, but your amazing social media techniques. And because before I started it, I thought social media was dead in terms of too many people were just shouting and no one was being heard. But as you taught, and as I now know, like I said, if you find the right people in the right place with the right offer, you cut through and you resonate, and it works. And it is an amazingly powerful free tool. So just cracking on with that. And like I tell my clients, trust the process. And that was like, I had to keep telling myself, because I can be a bit jump around, like, oh, I've done that, I should go there. But you guys lay it out so beautifully, so methodically. Do module 1, follow those videos, download this, follow those, fill that in, get back to us. Then do module 2. And it just walks you through it in the most straightforward, easy to understand way. But everything is applicable in the real world, and everything bloody works. So I did it. I followed the course. Because me being me, I missed out some things that I wasn't sure that were relevant. And then actually when you finish it and you go back, you're like, well, why didn't I do that? So I'm still actually, as we talked about, just getting my free giveaway funnel up and running as well to complement the main one. But it's just gold. It's worth it. So I made the course cost back within the second month of launch. And obviously now I made that back, and I just love it. And it has changed. I'm getting quite emotional. It's changed my life, changed how I do business, changed the number of people I can help and work with, and just changed my prospects as well. And and I have this sort of clarity of vision now that I can just see this working and growing and helping more people and growing my sphere of influence. And it's just amazing. And I just adore it. And I will forever be grateful.
Yeah, mate, I appreciate all the kind words, Matt, really do. And hats off to you. One thing, for anyone listening to this, one thing that I'm, really, really a big proponent for, and really, really proud, not just as the success Matt's had, not just what it's been able to do to his life and the people that he's been able to help, is that the mindset, the aspect of wanting to impact and help lots of lives. Matt also gives back to the community in a lot of ways as well. And for me, once again, going back to if you can make money, if you can have the life of your dreams and enjoy it, and have passion and build your business and so on, at the same time helping and giving back to people and really impacting the world, then that's what it's really all about. And that's, I guess, what we're here for.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I don't like to talk about my charity work, but I do give 10% to a charity as well every month. Just because, and that was something that wasn't possible before as well. But it was just something that I wanted to be able to do and fits with my figures now.
I love it. I love it. So pretty much 60 clients to date. Thereabouts, just shy of £600 a program. I think it was 500 and something pound.
Yeah. 500 or it depends on whether they pay up front or weekly, but yeah, 500, 600.
Beautiful, mate. So, you know, they're about 35,000 pound, if I can do my math correctly off the top of my head. Probably, I've probably rounded it down to round numbers, but mate, that's phenomenal. That's fantastic. I know we've been talking about your advertising. You've got your advertising off and racing at the moment. You've recently been able to, you know, pretty much reduce the cost, I think, by about fourfold. And mate, that's really that next step, that next level of taking everything and that kind of that rocket ship to scaling. So if there is anyone who was in a similar situation to yourself when you were started thinking about getting online, or when you were online but having a little bit of you know, struggling a little bit to try and get it to work and scale, what would your words of wisdom or advice be for them?
Absolutely work out who you want to work with first of all, and make it as granular and small and targeted as possible. So don't just say guys looking to lose weight, but be like, where do they live? How old are they? What industry do they work in? That could be something as specific as that. The more you can specific you can be, the more you can target someone, and like they will feel that you understand them. If you can say you work in sales and you're overweight and you drive 200 miles a week, for example. So something like that. And then, oh God, this will sound like a script. Have a chat with you guys, see if TribeFit's right for them. Quick answer, it will be. And just bite the bullet. It's not expensive at all, your course, in terms of the value that you give and the continual support that you offer. And the group as well, the private group you guys have is really useful, just to be able to shout out ideas. And the weekly, well, the regular live sessions answering those is really useful as well. So like, yes, you sign up and it's a 8-week longer course, but the ongoing support and value from you guys is mind-blowing. How much, again, it's kind of like how much I wanted to put into my course, how much you put into your course, and it just makes such a difference from everything else out there, from all the other charlatans selling snake oil. You guys just are real.
Yeah, mate, I appreciate it. That actually brought up one other thing I was going to pick your brain about. I totally forgot about. So sales. One thing that I regularly get from Matty is a bit of an update on how he's going in regards to his conversions of people reaching out and applying to become a client of his. And, you know, I generally say to people, you know, the percentages of where you should go, you really should never be at 100% conversion, because there's always going to be someone that comes through that you will say to them, hey, I don't think it's a fit. But Matty, I guess from your perspective, mate, and I hope you don't get offended with me saying Matty. That's my brother's name.
No, I love it. It's just a very Australian thing to do, but I love it.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So, were you an absolute gun at sales before we chatted, and what are your stats now?
No, I wasn't. I mean, I can talk to anyone pretty much, but I didn't have the specific technique. And also, actually, something else I didn't mention. So when I kind of had, well, not kind of, I had a lower tier, lower value product when we started that I half made myself, and I only had the confidence to sell that because which was 100. Actually, at the time it was £90. So I was like, oh, do I have the confidence to sell a more expensive one? At the time I didn't. But working with you guys, learning awesome sales script techniques and sort of how to speak with people to get them on your side, to get them just to understand what the benefits they'll be getting as well. and now I feel like I close, well, not feel, I close like 75% of the calls that I get. So if I can get someone on the phone, I'm pretty confident I'm going to make a sale. Just because, but also I guess everything I've done up to that point as well. So my personality and presence online is the same everywhere you go. So whether you come to the website, whether you see me on Twitter or Instagram, and I don't shy away from putting my personality out there. And again, you just stand out, and people know what they're getting. I'm completely upfront and honest, and give away everything as well, like you said. So we'll tell people precisely how the program works and give them parts of it all the way through across social media. And I guess it is, and although with the sales thing, I could always improve. So it is practicing and listening back to what you've done and seeing, even if it did convert, maybe they had doubts and maybe whatever I said there, I should have said differently. But yeah, I'm obviously very proud of that stat as well.
It's absolutely phenomenal. And I'm pretty sure it would have been a month or two ago, or maybe even longer, our sales script, it rocks. It's been tested, it tried, it works really, really well. It's a very step-by-step process on how to not devalue yourself on a phone call, which is what a lot of people do, and the unfortunate aspect of that. But it rocks. If you're not fantastic, you follow it, you will go much, much better. But once you become familiar with it, once you get into the flow and you can rework and put your own personality into some of the words, that's where the real power comes from it. And I know, Matt, you mentioned now that you had the script, you had the skeleton structure to go for, and that put you through the first few calls and the flow. And now you've been able to add your own little personality to it that has kind of taken that to that next level. So that's, I guess anyone listening to, if you feel you're not good on calls or whatever it is, having that skeleton script is fantastic because it stops you from going off the path. But once you get comfortable with it, once you've done a few, you should know the flow kind of by heart. And by adding your own personality to it, it takes that to that next level. So, mate, hats off on that. I remember we talked about it, and it was just something top of mind I wanted to drop in. But look, is there anything else? We've talked about a hell of a lot on the call so far, Matt. I appreciate it. But is there anything else, any other words of wisdom or any other, I guess, one-liners that you'd give to going back, looking, if you were to speak to yourself a year ago, what would you say to yourself?
I'd say shop around for who I wanted to work with a bit more, rather than just going with the first person. And I just crack on with it. Basically, there's no point. Just have the confidence. I knew I had a good niche. It was just I didn't know how to get to them. So just to have the confidence to know that you can. Anyone can build an online fitness business, and then find someone like TribeFit to just. I'm very much. I like to be shown how to do things, and that's very much how your course works. Some people might feel happy going off and studying, and because everything technically is out there, but you just package it up and you walk you through how it works step by step, and that really is very much how I like to learn and how I like to proceed. So the stars aligned basically when I saw your ad and webinar, and if you see it out there, give the webinar a watch, give the ad a read, and see if it's right for you.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. Fantastic. Well, look, I guess to finish up today, Matt, if there is anyone watching this video and they want to, check out more about you, they want to potentially become a client of yours and get help from you to transform their life, transform their body as you do, mate, what would they do? Where would they go to find out more about yourself?
So Fitter You London is my handle across all social media platforms. And fitterconfidentyou.net is the website where you'll get to all of my training programs, and you can read a bit more and book a free call, and we'll take it from there.
Fantastic, guys. If you are thinking about getting a coach yourself, this is obviously not for those that are just looking to build their own business, but if you're looking to get a coach, there's none better than Matt, so you can't look past him. Check him out, reach out to him. He's a fantastic bloke, a real good guy, and if you're anywhere in
he's got a great moustache.
he's got a better moustache than me. So on that basis, definitely go with him. Anyways, that's it from us today, guys. Matt, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you getting up early for it, and it looks like it's nice and warm there in good old London town, and probably a bit warmer than Sydney, even though it's not too bad today. Anyways, that's it from us, guys. All the best, Matt. Thanks once again.
Thank you, Chris. Cheers.